Okay, I am starting with a copy of my floor plan where I have hidden all of the furniture, and I am now ready to make a detailed view. Previously, I had used the Rooms tool to create areas. When I click in that area, I will still show that it is in fact a room. That will be important in a few minutes. I'm going to click my highlighted area now, zoom out, and click my crop window. If you're not seeing the crop window, it is right here in the small menu. I'm going to go ahead and use my cropped window to crop it down and only show the area. You will likely see stubs of walls or small sections that you're cutting out. There are ways to turn this into a different shape, but we don't really need that for our purpose. Cutting it to look like this will be just fine. Additionally, I'm going to go ahead and click that current room and push delete on the keyboard to remove it. It will remove it from the entire file. Hopefully you did everything you needed with that. I'm also going to look, and several of the walls were not room boundaries before. I am going to put some of those back together so that I have a room boundary here, I have a room here, I have my room here including the closet, so I'll actually leave that there, and I should now be able to select the various areas. I'm going to first click room and see that I can now tag my garage. Looks like I do have to fix one wall here. Yep, not a boundary. So I'll go ahead and click that back on. You may have to go back and forth like I did. Now I can tag the pantry, the storage room. I'll come back to this area because I'd like to tag the dining room and the foyer or entryway separately. It's also including this area. So I'm going to go ahead, as I think I missed this wall. Yes, I did. Turn that boundary back on. Go back. Room. We got this one right here. And like I said, we're actually going to do something because there's not currently a division here. This wall opening allows these to be essentially the same room. In order to not have them be the same room, you need to take and make a room separator. You click a room separator and you draw it in to separate these two rooms. You should see a light line there. Now when I go into room, I can tag the dining room and the entryway or foyer separately. Now I'm going to go in, and in each one of these rooms, I'm going to double click on the top and type what it actually is. Some of these that would not have multiples, I'm going to go ahead and delete the number. It's going to show as a question mark temporarily, but later it will be just fine. This was the pantry. I only have one pantry, so I do not need the number. This was a storage room. I do actually have another storage room in the house, and this one will be storage room 2. This one here was the dining room. There's only one dining room, so number goes away. Foyer. Number goes away. And this one right here was bedroom 4. I'm going to tag each one of these rooms with their labels. Next, I'm going to get my dimension tool here. And I'm going to start dimensioning things. I'm going to get in here and I'm going to dimension the size of each room to the inside or the outside. It usually helps to dimension some of these rooms, modify, to the outside. So if you can, use one direction to the outside, and then you could use the other direction potentially to the inside. If you need to, you can even dimension over your crop lines for your view. Your dimensions still will appear. Also, when you're doing a string of dimensions, made a mistake. When you're doing a string of dimensions, line up the slash marks so you get what's called a chained dimension. I'm going to move this to the outside so it doesn't overlap. But you'll notice that this looks much cleaner and much nicer than trying to stagger them. Locate this one at the end. Again, move the number to the outside. I can, on this one then, do the size of the window and stop there, and also the location of the window, and again line those up so that they stop where they need to. I'm going to go through this entire drawing dimensioning things like door location, door size, door location, room size, sometimes internally, but never overlapping my marks. I'm going to actually click this to overlap it temporarily and then slide the number down the line. And sometimes externally as well. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to position for the size of the window, location of the window, then the size with the chain dimension, and then go for the entire size of this area. Also, hopefully leaving room for myself to do the size of that spot as well. And I'm going to continue all the way around dimensioning, again, size of doors, location of doors, size of windows, location of windows, and locations of all walls. I will also make sure that I go ahead and dimension the size of this wall opening as well